Hello everyone, welcome to Art with Cha on the internet. Please make sure that you have taken the survey about art materials that you have in your home. You may want to ask a parent to help. The link to the survey is right next to the video link that you just clicked on. So press pause and go do that if you have not already. Please have paper, pencil, and coloring things, whether it's crayons, colored pencils, or markers, available for every art class. I will let you know ahead of time if other materials are an option for a project so you can have those ready. You may always do the art project with just pencil and paper if that is all that you have. So the last time I saw you all, we used clay to capture texture by pounding and pressing lumps of it onto different surfaces, like woven placemats and lace doilies. We are going to continue our exploration of texture today. Remember, texture is how something feels to the touch, or also the way something like a drawing looks as though it might feel. Today, I challenge you to a texture scavenger hunt to fill a piece of paper with as many textures as you can find. You will need 2 pieces of blank paper. One of these will be your test sheet, and the other will be your actual scavenger sheet. You'll also need a crayon, although a pencil can work too. Your first step is to go on a hunt for texture all over your home, even outside if you're allowed to go outside. I found things like a notebook with little dots on it, a sushi rolling mat, my coffee cup, this basket, a strainer, lampshade. This has a nice rough fabric on it. Oh, and this guy. This guy's got some texture. Boo! Once you have found a texture that you would like to try and capture, you want to take your test sheet and put it on top of the texture. Then you will use the side of your crayon and rub on the paper. And make sure you do not rub the crayon onto the lampshade or the couch or the bathroom tile that you are trying out. If your texture is not showing up very well with the side of it, then you can start seeing what happens when you use the tip of the crayon. It just depends on the texture. So those are just different effects. If you like the way that this texture rubbing is coming out, you can use it on your actual scavenger sheet. You should definitely use your test sheet to test out the textures that you want to capture. Like, that came out cool. This one might be a little harder to capture. Some textures just might not come out the way that you thought they would. Other textures, like this weird garlic grater, might be pretty cool, but kind of crinkly on my paper. So I might not include that on my final scavenger hunt. Although it's got a pretty cool spiral, so maybe I will. And others might just be plain tricky to get. Like, I don't know about this llama. We'll see how this works. All right, llama. Yeah. Your test sheet is a great place to experiment with the textures before you actually put those textures on your scavenger sheet. Your scavenger sheet should have 5 or more textures. I want you to try layering different colors or using different textures on top of each other. So like this one, I mostly used blue, and I layered some red of a different texture on top of another texture. And with this one, I used a lot of different colors. And I made thoughtful decisions about where and how much space I wanted each different texture to take up. You definitely also want to make sure you fill every bit of this page, except the very edges. You want to leave just a little bit of white around the edges so that you're not, drawing on the table or the floor or what have you. So I do have some tips for you. If you are using a crayon and you're having trouble getting textures with just the pointy bit, try unwrapping it and just exposing more of the crayon and using the side of it. That might make it easier. And if you're going to use a pencil, I wouldn't use it straight up and down like this with the pointy bit on the page. I would hold the pencil as slanted as you can so you get as much of the pencil lead touching the paper, and that way you'll be able to get some of the nice texture capture. So definitely explore a large range of different things to make texture with. Legos, Duplos could be pretty cool. Try inside, try outside. Outside you could get tree bark, bricks, pavement, sidewalk, rocks, leaves, tires from cars or bikes. Inside, tons of stuff to look at. And I want you to think about a couple things after you are done with your texture rubbing. First, I want you to think about what are some words that you might use to describe the textures that you have captured today. And secondly, how does physical texture, the way that something actually feels to the touch, how does that connect to the texture that you end up seeing on the paper? Like, that's pretty straightforward, but some other things, this texture right here, that's actually from my wooden tabletop. Please, please, please email me pictures of your texture scavenger sheets. I would love to see them. My email is also listed on the same spot as the link to this video. And please have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.